Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Palette the Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new Warhammer 40k Imperium magazine update video. Now, as per usual with all these videos, if you like them, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course drop us a comment down below. Love hearing back from you guys, and it goes a massive way to help the channel too. Now, obviously with all these update videos I do like to have a look back at what we've already had, but of course we can always go forward into the future and have a look at what we're going to get between issues 71 and 74 of Imperium magazine, and we have some pretty decent stuff. It's pretty much all minis, so really nice stuff there. Now, going back to issue 66, obviously we had our third and final part to our Space Marine infiltrators, suppressors and eliminators for the Vanguard Space Marine box set. Really cool stuff though. We had some really cool minis in there, so were really nice, and obviously a nice round number of 10 infiltrators, 3 eliminators, 3 suppressors and that lieutenant from essentially the span of 4 issues, which was really good stuff. So some really good bits there. So if you've not got started with yours, by all means get on with it, but they are really cool Space Marines in my opinion. Issue 67, so our most recent issue, it was just a paint issue, not a lot to it. Just a paint issue. We had 1 pot of White Scar, which can come in handy, and we had 1 pot of Tesseract Glow. If you're following the paint scheme from a magazine, it will come in handy for your Necrons. If you're not, like me, it's genuinely a worthless pot, because it's not going to get used. I will find a use for it at some point, but I already have some, so it might take a long time to find that pot, in all honesty. But it is what it is. But yeah, not too bad, but pretty cool stuff at the same time as well. So, moving on, next issue, issue 68, we get our third and final Kinetic Wraith, a really cool mini. I must admit, I do like these minis from the Necron range. They are really cool. I've seen some awesome conversions with them, turning them to look like scorpions, which looks absolutely fantastic and looks semi-ridiculous at exactly the same time, but really good. I genuinely like it. There's 3 different designs to them. I can't remember which one we're getting this time round, but they are really cool. But yeah, really good stuff there. So happy days. Issues 69 and 70 are parts 1 and part 2 of probably the best Space Marine minis that we've had, where we get the entire collection, which is Marneus Calgar and Victrix Honor Guard. These are really cool. They are so reminiscent of good old Roman infantry and soldiers and stuff like that. They just remind me of that because of the cloaks, because of the leather tassels coming down from the belts, the fact that they carry swords and shields. With the Victrix Honor Guard, they have these nice ornate helms which look absolutely fantastic. A lot to them. They look pretty damn cool. They are very ultramarine heavy, so if you're not painting ultramarines from this magazine like myself, genuinely it's going to be hard to fit these into your army, so I might actually have to paint them up as ultramarines, which yeah, isn't the best thing, but oh well, I'll survive, I'm sure. But yeah, really cool minis nonetheless, so it is what it is, but yeah, really enjoyable, so happy days. And I kind of can't wait to get my hands on them as well, so really good stuff. And then we can start moving into what we're going to get coming up in some future issues. So issues 71 through to 74, all revealed on fohammer.com, and we have some pretty cool stuff to look forward to. So first off, issue 71 and 72 are parts 1 and 2 of the same set. So we will be getting our Necron Lich Guard, or they can be made into Triarch Praetorians. Lich Guard are the ones that the magazine wants you to build. Praetorians are the other set that can be made from the same box, really. So if you are a Necron player, it might be worth picking up 2 lots, because then you can make both. If you're like me and you're not a Necron player, and you'll probably not keeping the Necrons once the magazine collection's done, then genuinely not necessary to keep them. But they all look really cool, so they do have a nice look to them, and they're very distinctive looks as well at the same time. So entirely up to you which ones you're doing. I personally, I'll do the Lich Guard because that's the way the magazine goes, and then in all honesty, I'm not keeping the army. I will be selling the army on at some point, so they will go with that in all honesty. But it is what it is, but you know, pretty good stuff. and they are really nice minis, which is really good to see as well, because it really bolsters that Necron range that we're getting, and yeah, should be good fun as well. So not too bad. Issue 73 is another Necron unit, in all honesty, and it's a big boy as well at the same time. It is the Locust Heavy Destroyer. Now, I like the look of this guy. He's just a little bit wacky, but he looks really cool at the same time. He looks like he has a bit of a goofy grin on his face, but he also has probably one of the biggest weapons around as well, so it's not too bad. It's pretty cool. Obviously, it is a different mini to build. It's more of an easy build, quite push fit, so it's not too bad, and it's quite nice as well, so it's, yeah, a nice one to have. It's a pretty good one. People will probably have multiple of these as well if you are playing against them, so if you are a Necron player, collector or anything like that, it could be worth picking up a few extra just so you have them, and you can have the different weapons as well that can be utilised with the Heavy Destroyer as well, so not too bad. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. And then finally, issue 74, we're going to go a bit backwards, and we're going to go back to the Space Marines, and it's a Firestrike Servo turret. I must admit, kind of not thrilled by it, but you know, it does a job, I suppose. It is just literally a Space Marine sat in a turret, yeah, and that's genuinely it. They can be pretty decent, so for games and everything like that, and you can build them with a last cannon or auto cannons. Yeah, it is what it is. I don't know which ones I'll do, but you know, they do work out quite well. They're kind of different. It's just something different. It's like having the good old ballistas from good old Age of Sigmar and stuff like that, where we got with the Stormcast range. We had a couple of them. I must admit, I've only built one of them, but you know, we had a couple of them, and yeah, it's very similar to that kind of scenario, really, in the end of it. Now, obviously, there are some really cool bits still to come. So, obviously, we still have everything coming up to, including Robert Gilliman, we have an ATV, and we have a few extra bits and pieces coming up before issue 80. And then from issue 80, we have some awesome stuff going all the way up to issue 90 as the magazine range was extended, which you can check out in the video at the end here as well, so I'll pop the link at the very end on the end card. But yeah, there's some really good stuff to look forward to. Some really cool minis. Some minis I'm not too fussed to buy, but there are some really good bits and pieces. Must admit, I'm looking forward to having the good old Paragon war suits from the Adeptus Sororitas range. They're fantastic, they look really cool, and definitely up my street for that one. But yeah, I'm looking forward to those. There are some awesome new Necrons as well that are going to be coming into it. There's some more Space Marine stuff, some really good bits and pieces, so definitely worth looking out for. And yeah, happy days. So really cool, and yeah, can't wait to get going. But with all that said, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you sometime soon. Bye bye now.